I want to ask you because you've spoken about this before, and every time you have, I thought you had a had a different insight to it also about the time when you were very very depressed, you failed in some sort of exam, and you thought of you were very suicidal in your mind space.
Yeah,
You're such a
yeah.
big spiritual part of your life, which maybe I
Hmm.
can say is a basis of how you lived your life. Did that switch happen after that incident? How has that
Yeah.
shifted for you?
Co-
Talk about that a little bit.
Okay. So I read this quote and I think it made a whole lot of sense to me. Is that everything works for the light, especially the shadows, especially the darkness. So it's the dark areas of your life that whenever you in retrospect, whenever you visit them, you're
Mm.
filled with immense gratitude, and you're literally able to see the magic of life. That कहाँ से कहाँ जिंदगी लेकर के आ जाती है. So in that circumstance, I think there is a lot of strength if you truly begin to have a lot of faith in the unmanifested, not the manifested. I think the what's not manifested yet is a space of potentiality. Anything can happen there. You
Okay.
know, it could be good, it could be bad, but it could be good, right?
Yeah.
So it's the choice is binary. You got to, matlab, it's a matter of who you are at this point of time. आने वाला कल तो अब तक आया ही नहीं है, तो उसके बारे में अगर बुरा भी हो सकता है, अच्छा भी हो सकता है, तो isn't it in your best interest to think कि अच्छा ही होगा? So yeah, you rightly said that there was this difficult patch in one's life, and who doesn't have a difficult patch in their life? Everybody does at some point of time or the other. But it's not a matter of how difficult the circumstances are. It's a matter of your headspace. The very question you started off with.
Yeah.
I think if your headspace is one of strength, and it is one of positivity, then I think you can surmount the biggest of obstacles. But if your headspace has gone corrupt, then the smallest of obstacles will become like, they will overwhelm you. You will not be able to surmount them. You will feel that this is just too much and life has come to a halt and there is nothing beyond it, no hope. But how can there be no hope when tomorrow is yet not come? Because tomorrow has not happened, there is hope. There's hope that the choice is binary. It could be bad, it could be good, but there is a chance, there is a 50% chance that it will be good. So align with that thought.
But then
And if you are
how
if
do
you're
you work on your headspace to a point where you're constantly able to be optimistic just by yourself? It takes a lot, for you to keep hoping that something better is out there. How do you work on that? How do you work on that?
I think when you verbalize something enough, it becomes you.
Hmm.
you know you keep getting temperamental, you keep shouting, you will eventually become a really really temperamental edgy person. You keep talking gratitude, you keep talking the right things. You, even if there are times that you're not completely believing in it, but you keep talking it to like-minded people, and sooner than later it'll become your personality. And that's when you'd be operating from that frequency altogether. You'd be able to see the positives, and almost there is a possibility of seeing the positives on in everything that's happening under the sun, even the worst of circumstances.
Do you
It is
not
a chain
have, Ravi, any
reaction.
bad mental health days where you're just like, nahi hoga?
Bad mental health होते हैं, मगर मैं ज्यादा देर उनको लास्ट नहीं करने देता.
Okay.
मतलब that I consciously do not let them last for too long. I don't verbalize the negative areas of my life. I try to keep them highly under check. I try to quickly shift my focus into what is right in the circumstance.
But
For
then, do
example,
you think, no, I'm just asking as a devil's advocate,
sure.
but do you think that if in some way, uh, that is you also curbing a part of your life? Like if you're as a human being, you're allowed to feel bad feelings also. तो फिर अगर
Yeah,
उनको
yeah, absolutely.
नहीं करो acknowledge, or you're just like, no, but actually I'm not going to pay attention to this because I have
Hmm.
this focused mind. Is that also not a disservice to your whole personality?
Absolutely right, and that is why there is a very thin line. I'm not talking about being an ostrich and digging your head in the
Hmm.
ground and saying that there is nothing wrong in the world. I'm saying that to not make that your second nature. Of course, there'll be people around you. There should be people around you whom you're most comfortable talking to. And if there are not, then seek them out and talk to them, because it's important to वो गुबार निकालना दिल से बहुत जरूरी है. लेकिन वो गुबार निकालना और जिंदगी को सिर्फ एक बिटर नजर से ही देखना
Hmm.
कि वो दो अलग अलग चीजें हैं.